Lieutenant Loverlady.
Brawlhalla fans around the world, the biggest leaks in the history of the game have just been discovered. A lot of this stuff was introduced back with the Destiny 2 patch, but only recently began popping up everywhere. When I mean leaks, I'm talking new test features, leaked cosmetics, the next new legend even. We'll dive into all of it in this video, and if you want to go to a specific part, timestamps are in the description. Of course, drop a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And without further ado, let's start off with one of the more tame features first. There were a few challenges leaked in the upcoming training mode overhaul. This time just 2 lessons for Chakram. One is titled Chakram Fundamental Combos. I would assume this is just a few basic Chakram combos for actually learning the weapon. The second challenge is called Chakram Ceiling Kill Combo, which based off the name might be a combo to kill off the roof of the map. I've never dabbled with the new challenges system too much, but this is a nice addition, especially considering they may release sometime this year. We have a whole pack of experimental features here, starting with the biggest one. Being introduced into experimental is a legend banning option. The way it's assumed to work is the game will let you ban one legend via the settings menu, like how you ban your maps. Once you choose the legend, you'll be unable to queue against any player using that legend. There's again not really much information tied with this one, but a lot of the assumptions can be made off of this. It's a feature that could potentially change how pros play in tourneys, since I would assume each team gets to ban a legend of their choice. I would also assume this feature would be pushed into ranked queues when or if it releases. Remember, this stuff is super fresh, so we don't even know if it'll appear as a test feature until sometime in April or May. Alongside experimental features, we have some signature test features for 2 legends, Reno and Hattori. Reno's orb downstick is popularly known as a significantly weak signature. The angle it hits at is janky, and when you do hit it, there isn't that much power attached. According to the new test feature, Reno's orb downstick will instead launch himself upward, shooting the laser directly down instead of at an angle. I could imagine the jump up would be like Red Raptor's orb downstick, as for the laser, who knows what that could end up looking like. They may keep it the same visually. I'm conflicted on this change because while it helps the player using Reno to more directly connect their orb downstick, I feel like it may leave them pretty vulnerable. Next to Reno, we have a Hattori Spear downstick rework, which is a very strange surprise. It works pretty much the same, but has been given an active input move where you can choose to send your opponent backwards instead of forward. Hattori Spear downstick always felt really good, so I was confused to hear that this sig would realistically become much stronger when given active input. I don't think it needs active input personally, but we'll see how it actually feels to play when this feature and the Reno orb downstick change both go into experimental sometime in the future. Shuffling away from gameplay, we have some leaked cosmetics for the shop. One of them based off the name is a shop skin for Gnash. All we have to go by are these files inside the game's directory that go by these, which I'm really not going to try to pronounce them. All we can suspect for this is that it may be a skin themed around the current Battlepass season, but truly we don't know until it releases, as when you open up the file, pretty much nothing appears in them. That's the only leaked skin, but there's much more cosmetics. Inside of the sidekicks folder, GFX Robots, you can find an unused Shark Tail asset. And with some more digging, we can find out the sidekick's name is actually Jeff. I don't know what it is with BMG using some super basic names for the sidekicks, but I dig it. There's 2 new avatars releasing into the shop, codenamed Priya Doodle and Fool's Gold. One of them is pretty obvious actually, that being the Doodle avatar for Priya, although Fool's Gold raises a few questions. Is it a pirate-themed avatar, an Aztec-themed avatar, is it themed around a specific legend? Another few that we don't quite know a lot about. Although closing off the cosmetic section, we have a huge update. Starting with Battle Pass Season 1 and Season 2, select Battle Pass skins may start appearing in Brawlhalla with brand new chests. These images inside the game's files show off the basic skins from Battle Pass Season 1 and 2, but the progression and epic skin are nowhere to be mentioned, indicating that they may be sold separately for a higher price or they might not even come back at all. It's the same case for the weapon skins, emotes, color scheme, and so on. They might have a plan for this stuff, but as far as we know, there isn't anything in the files that tells us this. This is a really cool way to bring back some old cosmetics that people might have missed out on. I own just about all the Battle Pass cosmetics, but I really don't mind them bringing back this content once their Battle Pass Classic rerun is passed. Back to more changes to miscellaneous things, we have some more map adjustments. Some time ago, they adjusted the look of Mishima Dojo so it wasn't as eye-straining. Apparently, they went back to the original background design Mishima Dojo had, which, I mean, I've never had issues with the map's colors, but I know this one might get some backlash. Another visual map change was done to Bikini Bottom, actually. The background colors were adjusted since there's been a lot of complaints about Bikini Bottom being very difficult to look at. Which, I agree, this change is for the better. On to 2 of the biggest features here, we have a leak for the next legend. Inside of the game's files, you'll find that a lot of legends are codenamed for when they first released. You have GFX Dwarf for Ulgrim, GFX Golem for Core, and a strange one titled GFX Globetrotter. For who exactly? Not to mention the file names GFX Globetrotter Bow and Globetrotter Chakram. This essentially leaks the next weapon combo for the newest legend, alongside the theming. Unfortunately, if we take a glance into the game's files, we pretty much find nothing once again. It just seems like the devs are trolling us here, I swear. If you search up the term Globetrotter, it appears to be an adventurer of sorts, which could specifically link to a jungle or Aztec theme. It sounds a bit far-fetched, but I think this could actually be the case. Luki was teased and released during Battlepass Season 8, a season themed around what exactly? Darkheart, Terminus, etc. Releasing an adventurer-type legend with Chakram Bow inside of the Aztec-themed season sounds like a genius idea. Who knows, maybe Globetrotter is their level 50 title. There's no scheduled release or any other sorts of leaks like that, unfortunately, but with what we were given, yeah, these were some really nice leaks. I never usually cover stuff like this, but hey, I thought it was deemed interesting enough and large enough to be covered in a video. So many cool features, cosmetics, and so on were leaked that it makes me really hyped for what the next few months could hold for Brawlhalla. And I mean, hey, a big video like this is absolutely befitting of April 1st. Thanks for watching this one, and y'all have a fantastic April Fools. I'm sorry in advance if you thought this was real.